Hi, this is Saint Jerome of Crypto Experiences, bringing you yet another crypto experience. Today is February the 5th of 2023. My video a couple videos ago on XRP and XLM did very well. It's heading on to 7,000 views. My subscribers went up to, they're over 250 going towards 300. I owe Give Me Crypto 10,000 Satoshis. He was the first one to comment when I had the 10,000 Satoshi contest. Please get a hold of me in the comment section. Give me crypto, and we'll try to figure out how to get that to you. It's about $2.50. And if you live in continental in the United States, we can get you a copy of Bobby C. Lee's book, The Promise of Bitcoin. And now we have in play the 100,000 Satoshi contest. So when I get to 300 subscribers, same deal. The first one to comment after 300 subscriber, but this time gets 100,000 Satoshis, which is about $23 to $25, depending on the price of Bitcoin. And if you live in the continental United States, you can also have a free copy of Bobby C. Lee's book, The Promise of Bitcoin. So, that being said, uh, which crypto could possibly be the king of the world? I heard there's 27,000 cryptos. That's a lot of cryptos. Do we think they're all going to survive? Nah, I backed a couple of losers already. I hate to call out any cryptos, but there was one called Badao. It's not doing very good right now. So I still got it. Another one called Salt, which, man, I thought that was going to take off and go crazy. It's still got a use case, being able to make crypto loans, but no, it's not doing very well either. But which ones could be the king of the world? Only one king. The jury is out. Bitcoin is king of the world. There's no one who disagrees with that. Wait a minute. Yes, there is. If nothing else, in the Bitcoin camp, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash disagree with that. What? Is there another camp? I believe there is another camp. What camp would that be? Everybody knows XRP is king of the world. Yay! Long live XRP, king of the world. Well, it can't be two kings. We got BTC, and it's forks off of BTC, Bitcoin, predominantly Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. And then we have XRP and its compadres XLM and XDC. So can there be two kings of the world? This is not financial advice. All cryptos go poof and go away. I don't think they're going to, but that's just what I think. So it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest in either camp, the Bitcoin camp or the XRP camp. However, I see that there's two things going on here at the same time, and both can be successful in the short term. I'm not sure who's going to be long-term champion. I believe in some form, BTC, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, or and its other forks like Digibyte, uh, can also, they're going to be some kind of currency because they are pretty quick. Now, Bitcoin is a little bit slower, but it's a good store of value. And Litecoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash are a lot quicker. We'll talk about them a little separately here. But what about what's XRP's camp? Well, XRP is said to move assets quickly, especially cross border. I've been hearing that it's going to be moving gold assets. I hear XLM, it's in the same camp, is going to be moving silver assets. And I hear that XDC, which I need to do more study on, is perhaps it's another liquidity coin, is going to be moving perhaps copper assets too. I just want to point out I'm not an expert on any of this, but I have done a lot of study and I've been in crypto for over 6 years now. So I self-trained, I'll watch a lot of videos, watch a lot of podcasters. So if I make some mistakes, point them out. I'll try to correct them in the future and try to be as accurate as possible. Before we go any farther, I just remembered to tell you, scam alert, scam alert. As my video got a little bit more popular, near 7,000 views, a scammer came on my channel, into my comment section. He calls himself Crypto Experiences, leaves out the St. Jerome, copies my pictures, and is trying to get you to call a number. I won't be asking you to send me your crypto or anything, or call me on a telephone here. I won't be doing any of that stuff. So don't believe it. Check and make sure it's St. Jerome or Crypto Experiences, and then it matches up and just doesn't have copied my picture. But watch out for the scam alert. Don't fall for that, please. I am not responsible for that. I no financial advice, and watch out for the scammers. They are there all over the place. Well, let's look at the Bitcoin bunch first. So you have Bitcoin, the original one. There's only going to be 21 million of them ever mined. The blocks are 8 megabytes big, and I believe I read today it takes 10 minutes for a Bitcoin block to happen. So then came a Litecoin, and Litecoin was invented by Charlie Lee. He forked off of Bitcoin. Charlie worked for other big tech companies, and very savvy guy. Matter of fact, the company I work with as an affiliate, the Ballet Wallets, Bobby C. Lee is brother of Charlie Lee, both top class people, very nice guys. So Charlie Lee invented Litecoin, and Litecoin's advantage is it is 32 megabyte blocks instead of 8 megabyte blocks, and it forms a block in I believe it's 2.5 minutes, so it's 4 times faster, and the blocks are 4 times bigger. There's also 4 times as many coins in the system. So there's 84 million coins. Litecoin's getting near another halving, and so it is going to take off here a little bit on price, I do believe. But that's not financial advice, but it has so far. A friend of mine and podcaster, Clint Westwood, has it really getting growing up until about June of the price increasing as it gets near that halving. So just know that maybe listen to Joe Snippy a little bit. He says always lick that ice cream on the way up. You might want to take some profit, but that's not any financial advice. I've got to learn to do that. I have a tendency to hodl right on through the profit and then hodl right on down again. So take some off the top, and then when it goes down, you can buy some more. You can double what Snippy would call your bag, right? And then you have Bitcoin Cash. Uh, Probably its largest proponent is Roger Ver, I guess. I'm not sure how to say his name. And he really pushes Bitcoin Cash as a currency. The Bitcoin Cash people were upset about how slow Bitcoin was in transactions. And folks, it was pretty darn slow. Now with the Lightning Network, such as I guess we see in Strike, you can do some pretty quick Bitcoin transactions, pretty reasonable anyway. But sometimes you have to wait for like an hour or more. And if you're sitting there in the old days, I'm gonna pay for a cup of coffee. Can Bitcoin? Okay, yeah, sure, use some Bitcoin. And then you go to use it, and the guy goes, "Okay, where's my funds?" You go, "Oh wait, it's gonna be here real soon. How about I just sit down until it shows up?" You drink the coffee, and it's still not there. So anyway, it's not quite the case anymore. Now you use both Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Not a lot of experience with Bitcoin Cash, but everything I read, it sounds very similar to Litecoin in transaction speed. And Litecoin works really fast. I've used Litecoin to purchase a few things and get some donations and things, and it's a pretty darn fast currency. Bitcoin Cash seems to be just as quick, but it's got smaller blocks. No, its blocks are as big as Litecoin. My mistake. But there's a smaller amount of coins. It's off the original fork, keeping 21 million coins. If I have that correct, also. So what's my preference? Well, I like Bitcoin in the store, and it's recognized by a lot of people. It's recognized as legal tender in a lot of countries. Big proponent being El Salvador right now. It's legal tender there, along with the American dollar. Sorry, uh, and it's worked out very well. It's increased tourism like crazy. It's made from very few people banked in the country to 70% of the people banked at least using like the apps on their phone, which is just amazing. Crimes drop, tourism's up. They are making their own Bitcoin. They're mining their own Bitcoin with a volcano power. Wow. And he is already paying back volcano bonds that for people to help finance that. So going top gun. So Bitcoin's got a lot of value. Litecoin, there's a Litecoin card that the Litecoin Foundation has out, and it's a Visa card, and that's accepted about anywhere you want. So you can fund it with your Litecoin, and that card's taken every place. The merchants don't know that Litecoin backed it up, and a lot of people are now starting to take Litecoin. Different businesses are doing that. I don't want to name them, for I'm not exactly sure. But I know a few that I think are taking it, but straight up. But you can also find businesses online and other Litecoin people take it. Bitcoin Cash, I've not used very much. I made some tokens using it, but it looks like that blockchain went away, so I'm not sure. So I believe it's in Australia. There is an area where they use Bitcoin Cash and all their transactions for crypto and not Bitcoin or Litecoin particularly. So it does have a good function. Um, Bitcoin Cash, let's see, it's been around $100. It's been 130, $100 lately, and Litecoin's been rising up with the halving coming, about 100. And then Bitcoin's around that 22,500 mark to 24,000 roughly. So of the Bitcoin three, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, I tell you what, I prefer Litecoin. They all three have their merit, but I like Litecoin for use of ease. A lot of people call it the silver to Bitcoin, Bitcoin being the gold. Um, Bitcoin Cash, it's a good coin. And I really appreciated when Coinbase forked a little bit of Bitcoin I had in the Bitcoin Cash. I go, oh, that's like free money. And I think some of the other wallets said that too, that they forked Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash for you if you were on whatever platform that was. So I'm not knocking Bitcoin Cash. Now, one thing nice about Litecoin now, they have what's called Nimble Wimble. It comes off of the Litecoin main chain, and that part of it, you can do a Litecoin transaction and it is not being able to be traced. So it's a private transaction. And then at the end, it can come back into the Litecoin chain, which that's pretty cool. So Nimble Wimble just adds another layer of protection that you can make transactions in privacy. So I'm going to give a little bit of an edge to Litecoin over Bitcoin Cash. And just for me, I don't know if you'll agree with me. What about XRP? Is there going to be a bull run in the XRP camp? I like this little meme here. Look at that XRP bull charging, and he's charging in Pamplona, Spain, when they have the festival of San Fermin. This is crazy if you've ever seen it. The bull runs through the streets. They let him loose at one end, and they run to a bull ring at the other end. And the people try to show their bravery by running in front of the bull. And sometimes the people win. And folks, sometimes the bull wins. Sometimes those guys get hooked by the horn and tossed around. So, personally, it's kind of fun to watch this and go, these people are crazy. Never would I ever want to participate in such a thing. So, you can go look on web and watch some videos of that. But anyway, is XRP this runaway bull as we have here in the Festival of San Fermin, or is it going to be as popular as Bitcoin whatsoever? Is there more to the XRP camp? Well, who is going to win in the XRP camp? Is it going to be XRP or XLM called Stellar? Or is it going to be XDC? Uh, well, as a recap a little bit from the last video, 2 videos ago of mine, Ripple's use case is touted by many to be in liquidity, providing liquidity for different assets to be banked and move quickly from even overseas. And that asset is said to be gold. And Stellar, same idea, said to be silver. But as I'm hearing people talking about a financial redo, don't want to use the exact terms I hear because of censorship. Mm-hmm. But this financial redo, there's going to be a good financial redo and a bad financial redo. And the people proponing the good financial redo thinks in order to move all the value they say is in the world, and I'm hearing a crazy something like 40 quadrillion of everything, that you're going to need a currency of some kind or an asset that can move that quickly with trust. And they claim that both Ripple and XLM, or excuse me, XRP and XLM can be the tokens to do that. So I think there's some good use case for that, but again, not financial advice. So who's going to win this fight between Bitcoin crowd and the XRP crowd? Is it going to be Bitcoin or is it going to be XRP? Or, folks, the unthinkable by those who are Bitcoin maximalists and those who are, I'll coin the term XRP maximalists, which I've never heard anybody use really, but they definitely have proponents on both sides that believe that their coin, their token is it, and all others will fade away. I've heard XRP folks say that. I've heard the Bitcoin folks say that. I find very amusing Max Kaiser, who's definitely a Bitcoin maximalist. Uh, he talks about Bitcoin. He calls all the others that crap coins, right? But he's pretty funny. He's in El Salvador having a blast right now. A meeting with President Bukele, and helping them adapt Bitcoin and everything. And I find that pretty cool. I like the fact that Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency is being used in a lot of transactions in El Salvador, and that's going to spread. But I see Bitcoin and the Bitcoin crowd as a currency that can be valid and taken by itself off of any fiat chain there is now. They can stand alone. But I also see in my limited knowledge the XRP crowd, XRP, XLM, and XDC being able to move different assets very quickly with trust on both sides and being able to move some precious metals kind of assets also to both sides. So I see use cases for both. Now, is a central bank digital currency going to choose like an XRP, an XLM, or an XDC, and that's just going to say, well, we're not there. Goodbye, Bitcoin crowd, or will there be a use for the Bitcoin crowd? I think they're both going to exist for a while, but this is just my opinion, and I think we will probably see one rise atop. However, for me personally, I like all of the Bitcoin crowd, and having a little bit of each is good. They all have a good use case for personal expenses and transactions. Now, I really like Litecoin the best, especially since I have a debit card that is a Litecoin debit card, which is easy to get to the Litecoin Foundation. However, I see in the future, especially the XRP crowd is going to be shutting down the traditional systems we use. Um, I don't like to use the correct terms for those because that's where censorship comes in. But let's just think from a bank in the United States to a bank, let's say in Europe someplace, what system do they use? That's what I'm talking about. So that I see that going to replace that in the future too. Can they both live simultaneously? Yeah, I believe for a while, but one may rise to the top in the future. It's hard for me to see Bitcoin going away, really, though. And it's hard for me to see XRP going away. I think they'll both be there. So thank you for coming to this podcast. Remember my 300,000 subscriber contest still on for 100,000 Satoshis. First person to comment after my 300 subscriber on whatever video the 300 subscriber comes on. It may be this one right here. So please give me a like and a thumbs up like that. I really appreciate your following. I'm going to try to put out some quality content. I got this one out kind of quickly, but I think it's okay today. I hope you agree too. And just thank you for being here once again. And I'll see you soon.